Our webinar today will start with a presentation from Stephanie Elio, Vice President of Business Development at CLS by BARBRI. Following that, we'll take about 10 minutes to answer your questions live, so please be sure to submit your questions in the Q&A, and either one of our enrollment counselors will answer you directly or will address it during the live Q&A at the end of the presentation. If we don't get to your question, don't worry. We'll give you all of our contact information for you to reach out to us after the webinar. With that, I'm going to pass it over to Stephanie, who will get our presentation started today. Take it away, Stephanie.
Thank you, Deja, and welcome to all of you. We appreciate you spending time with us today to learn about our Legal Nurse Consultant Training course. Let's take a quick look at the agenda. Ground rules are pretty simple. We've got a live Q&A going on in the chat. You can submit questions because we've got some enrollment counselors in the background that will answer during the presentation, and then we'll pull and answer anything that they don't get to live at the end. But when you do submit one of those, just please be kind and make it relevant to today's webinar. We're going to talk about who CLS by BARBRI is, how the online system works, the instructor-peer interaction, courses grading, and what kind of time commitment you're looking at, what career paths there are once you complete the Legal Nurse Consulting Training Program, and which course is right for you. We're actually going to look at the difference between our LNC program and our MPLC program. And then we'll take a look at the course overview, learning outcomes, what you earn when you're done, where you can work, and how we work with accredited college and university partners, the course cost materials, and of course, how to enroll. So let's just go ahead and dig right in here. CLS by BARBRI, CLS, formerly known as the Center for Legal Studies, was actually founded in 1980, and we are very proud to be part of BARBRI Global, which is the world leader in education, distance learning, training, and certifications. Why would you want to take one of our courses? One, we are the legal training specialists. We are at the top of that. And our courses are affordable. We work very hard to keep tuition affordable for all of our students. We offer flexible delivery formats in both standard online and self-study programs. And then as far as the instructors go, they are licensed professionals, people that have done this before, not strictly academic and not strictly professional. They are a balance between the two. We also have additional courses in addition to Legal Nurse Consultant Training. We have paralegal certificate, advanced paralegal, legal investigation, victim advocacy, alternative dispute resolution, an entire catalog designed to help legal professionals improve their skills and knowledge. Talk a little bit about the online learning support system. Bear with me 1 second. Who's not working from home these days with a dog in the background and a mailman? Sorry for that. Our asynchronous classroom is instructor-led. You've got classmates, and it's really very easy to use. We teach via Moodle, which is an online system, doesn't require any special software from you, strictly internet access. That's all you're going to need, no other programs. Once you're a registered student and class begins, you're given 24/7 access to that portal, and there will be video and printed tutorials available before you start. But to be honest, it's really very intuitive, simple, easy to use. If you can get on the internet and do some searching around, you can certainly use this learning platform. We also provide ongoing administrative and technical support for all of our students. When you get into the course, you will have an instructor that is assigned to you. All of our classes are range between about 30 and 45 students. We do cap them out. That doesn't mean we run out of space. We can accommodate an unlimited number of students as we work with 160 plus college and universities nationwide. But that doesn't mean you're going to be in a giant, massive class. We do cap them out at max about 45 to keep the student teacher ratio low. We want them to have time for you individually as well as a class, and for you to be able to access them when you need additional help or clarification. There are email tools that are built into the system, and there are discussion forums that are built in there as well. And that sort of runs like a blog. Think of it as a classroom discussion that happens with you and your classmates each week. It is part of your counted grade, so you want to make sure that you do participate every week, at least once for submission, but sometimes they can turn into pretty dynamic conversations, and you very well may want to participate more than the minimal requirement. There are weekly assignments and deadlines to help you stay on track, and this is designed very much for busy adult learners. Now, when I say there's weekly assignments, I'm referring to our standard online delivery, wherein this course is delivered over a single 7-week term. We do offer the class 6 times per year. The next opportunity to start this class in the standard online format would be March 4th. Another class after that begins April 29th, and there's a few more throughout the year. We don't only offer it in standard online, but also self-study. So self-study, you would literally start when you want to. If you register today, you could start today. And then you're given 4 months to complete the course. Your clock starts ticking the day you register. So two different formats available for our nurses. As far as a syllabus, if you haven't done so already, we do encourage you to jump on our website at legalstudies.com and view the syllabus. It really is a very comprehensive document. It not only gives you a general overview of the course, but it goes into each learning objective. We're going to tell you what you'll learn before you register, which is great. It goes over the reading charts. It's got our grading policies, which we need to take a minute to discuss. At CLS, it is our primary focus that people that complete the course do so with a body of knowledge that they can move forward with and utilize in a real world job setting. We want you to not only have learned skills, but own them so that you can really use them. And it's not okay to be good at some things and not at others. So there is no cumulative grading at CLS. Every assignment does require a minimum 70% passing score. Now, does that mean if you don't get a 70% or better on a particular assignment that you don't pass the course? No. It means that if you had a bad day, that concept didn't quite stick, then or you didn't comprehend it correctly, you're going to be able to communicate with the instructor. They're going to provide you feedback, get you back on track. You can redo it up to maximum of 3 times. Our programs are not about memorizing things to pass tests. They're about developing the skills, understanding the concepts, being able to own it and put it back out there again. So, open book, not timed. Use your notes. In the real world, if you don't know the answer to a question, you go look it up. You do the same thing here. You should expect to spend about 8 to 12 hours per week toward coursework. That would include your online time, your reading time, and any test quizzes, bulletin board posts, whatever it may be. If you tend to be looking at 15 plus, higher than that, it's highly possible that you have overthought something. or maybe you got off on the wrong track or went down a wrong path, reach out to your instructor. That's what they're there for. We've been training LNCs for a very, very long time, and that 8 to 12 hour range is pretty good forecast for you. So if you are way below that, you may not be getting as much out of it as you could. And if you're way above that, communicate with your instructor and we'll get you realigned so that you can stay in the right range. Moving on. So we do have the self-study format here described. I mentioned it a few minutes ago. If you're going to decide to not be in that group for the standard online, wherein you've got classmates and you've got a very set start date and end date, and it's scheduled and regimented week by week, because we know that our nurses have crazy schedules and that may not fit into your life at the moment. Having 4 months to do it and being able to dictate your own pace of study may be a better bet for you. If so, this is an option. What we want you to know is it does require strong time management skills. You need to be self-motivated to keep yourself going and be able to schedule out things so that you do complete within 4 months, but you'll work at your own pace. It can be slower than the 7-week online course. I don't encourage students to think they're going to complete it faster, unless you have nothing else to do in your life except this course. Then maybe that's the case. That option of interacting with an instructor is still there, but the interaction with classmates through the bulletin board discussions and blogs, that would not be present in a self-study format. You would still earn a certificate and a digital badge upon completion, just as you would in a standard online. There are testimonials all over the place on our website and our social media channels that you can hear what students who have already taken this course have to say. We are very proud of all of our graduates and really encourage them to come back and reflect on things they have learned in the course and where it's taken them next, and to share those thoughts so that folks like you that are looking at taking the course can get a little glimpse into the future, or know that these folks that are writing these things here have been where you are today and they have emerged successfully. So feel free to read some of those. Like I said, you will find an entire testimonial page on our website. You can also go to some of our social media channels, Facebook in particular. So which course is right for you? I mentioned I was going to talk about MPLC too. So legal nurse consultant is really designed for nurses. You don't specifically have to be an RN, although we do have the course approved to gain CEUs for RNs. If you're going to collect the continuing education units, you must have a current license as an RN to do so. Now, does that preclude any other type of nurse from taking this course to gain the skills and utilize them thereafter? No, it doesn't. The only requirement that you're an RN is to collect those CEUs. If those aren't important to you, that's not necessary. What is more important is how long you've been a nursing professional. LNCs and MPLCs, for that matter, tend to work as expert witnesses. Typically, what I tell students, the best definition for an expert is someone that has done something 10,000 times plus. That's what the dictionary defines an expert as. If you just got out of nursing school yesterday, you're not an expert in anything yet. That takes years of experience. We recommend 6+ years minimum experience to work as an LNC. And that's not because you can't, it's because we want you to come out of this with the skills that someone's going to hire you for. And they're not going to look at someone with just a couple years under their belt as an expert witness. They're going to look at someone that is seasoned and experienced, and that requires years to gain. So with that same level of experience for an MPLC, the reason we created the medical professional legal consultant course was because of the popularity of our legal nurse consultant program. We have been doing that for so many years, and it's been so well attended and regarded. We really felt like we were leaving a lot of folks out by only offering it to nurses. The vast amount of medical professionals that can do similar work, act as expert witnesses, consult for legal cases, consult with insurance companies, work for insurance companies, all those kind of things, and protect themselves from lawsuits and run their own offices and businesses better by having some of this legal background and knowledge. It includes physicians, physician assistants, pharmacists, paramedics, dentists, optometrists, chiropractors, paramedics, long list of medical professionals. We really do recommend that you've got 6 years experience as well at minimum, for the same reason as I mentioned with the nurses. This is great way for you to really kind of bridge the gap between all the medical knowledge you have, whether you're a nurse or some type of medical professional, with the legal side. We are unfortunately living in a very litigious society. And to go through a training course for 7 weeks to better protect yourself and your livelihood, it's absolutely worth the time. You can find a full syllabus for the MPLC course on our website as well, and that is offered in the same frequency as the legal nurse. 6 times per year. It's a 7-week online class. We do not have a self-study option for MPLC, just for legal nurse at this time. So in that syllabus, you're going to find an overview and all the learning outcomes. So we go over practice areas, intro to law, ethics, huge component of every single course we teach. Defense medical, job skills, case analysis, criminal law, toxic torts, litigation process. You're going to be able to demonstrate these professional skills before you earn your certificate. You do not have to renew. This is a question we just popped in there recently. You do not have to renew your certificate every 2 years. Once you earn it, you own it, it's yours. It does not require renewal. I know there are some other programs out there that tell you you have to. Just between us and, the lamppost, that's a way for them to get to pay them more money every couple years. It's not a necessity at all. So it's not required here. The syllabus is going to have general overview, and it'll also, in that document, you'll see all the accreditation information for the RNs if they're looking for those CEUs. We're going to roll on to the next slide. And voila, there it is. So for those that do qualify, they would receive 42 hours of nursing continuing professional development. And this is all approved by the AALNC, American Association of Legal Nurse Consultants. And we have all of that accreditation on file, and it would be awarded to you in a separate certificate for you to pursue gaining those hours or adding those hours to your license after successful completion of the course. So let's go ahead and where can you work? Law firms as an expert witness, absolutely. Having a credential and being able to say that you have completed the training and you are ready to go is better than not having it and expecting to get hired. You know, anything that's going to put a new shine on your resume and your new skill set is good. They work in product liability, care planning, risk management, insurance, licensing boards. It's also a great addition for someone that's moving into administration and someone that may have be finishing up a career in nursing, but don't quite want to let go yet. They're retiring, but want to still keep in and capitalize on the many, many years of experience you have. You know, it's not unheard of for an expert witness to, do 1 or 2, 3 trials in a year and get paid upwards of $600 an hour when they're doing it. Makes for some nice little side income. Others that are looking to work full time, there absolutely are opportunities out there. They average about $40 an hour, $80K a year, working for insurance companies or in law firms that specialize in medical cases. Those statistics are taken directly from payscale.com. And we're going to talk about who our college and university partners are. So this is a sampling, only a sampling, because CLS works with almost 160 college and universities, all accredited institutions from coast to coast. We recommend that you select one of our partner schools in your neck of the woods, and it's highly likely that we have one close to you. This is to give you an idea of the many types of schools we work with: four-year universities, community colleges, junior colleges, some adult learning centers. Your certificate upon completion will be issued by the school you designate when you register. The digital badge that you earn, which you will also earn upon completion, comes from CLS by BARBRI. That digital badge will show which course you took, the dates, and you can literally drill down into it digitally, and it will display all the skills that you developed in this course. And if you're looking to be hired by someone new, that's what they're looking for. They want to know what you're bringing to the table, not that you just finished a program. They want to know what you learned from it. And that digital badge will absolutely display that. We have many different pay options available at CLS. The course fee for legal nurse consultant is $1,195. There is one required textbook, currently $189, available in our bookstore. We do recommend a law dictionary. There's a lot of new vocabulary in this program, as there is in all of our courses. The medical professional MPLC course is $12.95. And the optional resource for that is going to be a Westlaw subscription. Optional means optional. It's available to you, but you do not have to have it to pass the course. We do have many payment options available. Affirm is one wherein upon checkout, you can simply just check a box and fill out some really quick information. It will do a third-party check on you because Affirm is a third-party site. So you'll leave our site to a secure site wherein you put your information in. They'll come back and render a decision within minutes. It would allow you to break up your tuition and your books, so your total fees, in between 3 and 18 months repayment. Very low interest. That's something that is an option for you. We also work with PayPal. We do PayPal credit and pay in 4. And then you could simply just check out with a credit card and then work on your repayment as your budget dictates. So that's absolutely up to you. These are all available. If you have any questions about that, we do also have a payment options page on our website under the About Us tab, or you could contact one of our enrollment counselors. They'll be happy to review any of those options with you. Today, because you did take time out of your day to learn about this course, we want to offer you a discount code for the upcoming class. And this is applicable toward our self-study program or our standard online, which begins March 4th. And it's only available for a limited time. So this offer will expire February 23rd. So that gives you about 9 days. I would use it before it got away from me if I or seriously thinking about taking this class. So the discount code you would enter upon checkout is LNC10, and it will take 10% off the tuition. And that is available for either the self-study or the standard online for the LNC course. In order to enroll, you would either go directly to our website at legalstudies.com. If you have any questions, you can certainly call our enrollment counselors at 1-800-522-7737. Send an email, info@legalstudies.com, or just check out the website. Again, these sessions start every 8 weeks. Self-study starts anytime. We would love to have you join us today. And I think we wrapped up relatively quickly and have some time for some questions. Deja, have you got any questions?
I sure do, Stephanie. So here are a couple questions we have. Would I be able to obtain a legal nurse consultant job, or do I need a further certification via an exam?
Nope, no exam required. This, like all courses CLS offers, are job skill training programs. Therefore, upon completion, you're ready to go to work. Now, keep in mind with LNC, it is a consultant position. So are there full-time jobs out there? Absolutely. Are more people working in a consultant capacity than full-time employee capacity? Maybe 50-50, but you're ready to go. You don't need to sit for any exam.
Perfect, thank you. Is this course certificate for all states or only the state I live in? How do I get a certificate for all states / multiple states?
It qualifies you to work anywhere. It's not a single factor that's going to get you and gain you employment. They're also going to be looking at your medical employment. What kind of nursing work have you done? So it's not just the certificate that's going to land you the job. They're also going to be looking at your career experience. But you don't need it. Travels state to state. This is not something that's regulated to any one specific state.
Thank you. Will there be a day of clinical with an LNC?
No, there is not. This is a 100% online program. Delivered 100% online. You never physically have to go anywhere to complete the program.
All right, and what type of discussion panels does the self-study format have?
They do more like reflection assignments because you're in a class by yourself. So there's no discussion to participate in with your classmates. So they have a substitute assignment where there'll still be a topic and you do a reflection assignment instead.
Awesome, thank you. Are there any resources available after completion?
They leave the course portal open for 2 months, 2 sessions after you complete. And upon 60% completion of the course, you would gain access into our Career Resource Center, which is, to be honest, primarily for paralegals at this point, but we're adding more and more LNC opportunities to that Career Resource Center all the time. So at 60% completion, you would gain access to that, and that remains indefinitely as an alum.
All right, a couple more questions here. I've been a consultant since 2016. Will this certificate allow me to be able to increase my rates?
I would say likely, yes.
Right, and will this course prepare me for the LNC certification?
It will, if you choose to sit for that. That's a voluntary exam, a paid for voluntary exam. So if that's somewhere you want to go, it would academically prepare you. I am trying to think of I know I've got it at the back of my head, the number of hours that you must actually work as an LNC before you can sit for that exam. My enrollment counselors are in the background, and I'm gonna wait for one of them to text that answer to me, and I'll circle back to it. But you do need to, it's equivalent to almost a year or two that you actually have to work as a consultant before you can sit for that test. But from an academic standpoint, you'd be prepared to pass it. It's the experience part that you have to gain. And this course will set you up to go out in the world and gain that experience.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And then can members exchange info for networking purposes?
Sure.
So is there a way within the system that you can communicate with other members? So like if you
Yes.
are a student?
If you're in the standard online format.
Perfect. Sorry, just a couple more questions here. Why would you choose LNC versus MPLC? Are there differences in job, more or less opportunity and demand?
MPLC is a new designation. That's a new title that we have created. LNC is for nurses and more widely known, but medical professional encompasses all. If you're not a nurse, then you want to get the skill set, you probably belong in the MPLC course. If you are a nurse, you belong in the LNC course. The skills and learning objectives are not going to vary.
Thank you. As a nurse, what is the difference between getting the paralegal certificate from the legal nurse consulting certificate?
The skills that are taught. That we have people that take both. If you're a nurse and you want to work as a legal nurse consultant, are you going to further your skills and be much more employable if you've got a paralegal certificate as well? Absolutely. But there's nothing about medical training or medical expectation of knowledge in the paralegal program. That's strictly an entirely different skill set. So I think the best way to answer that question for this individual is to direct them to the syllabi on our website, which has very specifically drafted out the learning objectives in each course. They're vastly different. One is by no means a substitute for another. The matter of what your goal is that you want to accomplish.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Looks like we have time for another question. Just one last question here. And how soon would self-study be arranged? And are those courses led live or are they recordings?
I apologize. Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, of course. So basically just wants to know how soon can you start the self-study, like, and are those courses led live or are they all recorded?
It's this course is not, you're not going to be watching a bunch of videos and be taught that way. It's going to be a lot of reading, a lot of posting. There may be some videos, but it's on the lesser side. So if you wanted to do the self-study program, you could literally enroll today and start today. If you wanted to be in the standard online with classmates, you could register today, but you're not going to start until March 4th. The self-study is register anytime, start anytime. The standard online is 6 very specific start and end dates per year that are set in stone.
Thank you so much. Actually, one last question, I promise, and then we can.
Okay.
I know that we're running out of time, but I think this is a great question. Respectfully asking, what would you say are the benefits to taking this course through CLS by Barbary versus just enrolling through the various universities that you mentioned a few slides back?
Um, we are partners with all of those schools, but registration, you're not going to be able to register with them. They're going to tell you to register with us, unless it happens to be one of like 10 schools in our entire partnership that actually take the registration themselves. And that would be noted on the website when you select it. So when we partner with a school, they decide when we launch that partnership who's going to take the registration, us or them. 90% of all of our partners tell us to do that. So you register directly on our website. 10% of the partners say we want to handle that and have students go to us to register. So it'll say so on our website. It'll either say add to cart. If it says add to cart, you're going to register on our website. You're going to designate that school, and that's who's going to issue your certificate when you're done. If you look at one that says contact school or click here and it takes you to their website, you're going to register with them. The registration duty, whether it happens here or there, has absolutely zero bearing on the content of the course, because the course belongs to us at CLS by Barbri. The instructors work for us, and it's going to be identical course whether you registered with us or you registered with them. Because it's a CLS program and we are partner with that school, it's going to be the same course. So
Perfect.
hopefully that answers that question.
No, I think it definitely did. Thank you so much.
You
Well,
bet.
yes. So thank you, Stephanie. With that, we're going to close out the webinar. We'd like to thank everyone for joining us today. If you have any further questions we were not able to get to, please do not hesitate to reach out to us at the phone number or email on the screen. Our enrollment counselors are ready to help you. We will be sending out the video recording of this webinar if you would like to watch it again. So please keep an eye out in your inbox by the end of the week. We'll get that sent out. Our next traditional online course session starts on Monday, March 4th. But as we mentioned, you can also enroll in the course today and complete it at your own pace with our self-study format. And then also don't forget, we are offering that 10% discount exclusively to you all for attending today and for registering. And that again is LNC10. So we hope you all have a great day, and a special thank you again to Stephanie for your time.
Thank you all. We look forward to seeing you in class. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.